Let's fight. A very good evening to each and every one of you. Peace and power in 2022. Peace and power. Good to see each and every one of you, wherever from around the Caribbean, around the world, you guys are joining us from. Welcome in the ring. Peace and power. And we'd have it no other way. Good to see you guys. Trust you guys have had a good day at work, at school, at play, whatever you found to do today. We trust you did it with integrity, you did it with character, you did it well, folks. Peace and power, we say, in 2022. Folks, it's the 20th day. And for some folks, it feels as though we are already November of 2022. They're tired of the nonsense, they're tired of the foolishness. Good to see each and every one of you. Hundreds of you already joining the live stream. Folks like Samuel Phillips and Vanessa Stewart, Sandra Broderson, Frolette Jacobs Ward, Dennis London Welchman, Royston Melville, Pinky Vaughan, Martha Harris, Joylyn Cook, Millicent Hopkinson, Sharon Castillo Edwards. Folks, you all realize with every passing day, the accent going a little more tingish. Irvin Don Cook, good to see you as well. Idris Williams, Donna Levan, good to see you. Andrew Cuthbert, peace and power in 2022. Good to see you guys wherever you're joining us from around the world. Lots of information to share with you guys. And coming up, guys, coming up this evening, we have the one and only Amanza Walton-Desir will be joining us. Coming up, the woman herself, the one and only, as I have said, Amanza Walton-Desir will be joining us for our discussion this evening. Lots of things to talk about. Who moving the guns? That's what we want to know. Who moving the guns, people? Who moving the guns? Coming up, the member of parliament herself, the shadow minister for foreign affairs, Amanza Walton-Desir. She's going to be joining us. Who moving the guns and ammunitions in Nigeria? Who moving the guns and ammunitions? Who moving it? Somebody moving it, folks. Somebody moving it. Is it Nigeria? Let me make sure we get our facts straight as we're coming on this. Peace and power tonight, folks. Peace and power. Somebody moving the guns. Somebody moving the guns. We want to know who moving the guns, folks. Who moving the guns in Senegal? That's the place. Senegal, who moving the guns? We want to know. If you all know, let me know. Folks, we there. Drinking me water, minding my own business. Boom. Big headline. Coming up to help us make sense of what is happening. Amanza Walton-Desir will be joining us. Coming up, folks. Stay tuned. Strap yourselves in. Quite a bit of information to get through this evening, but we're glad to have each and every one of you with us. I'm just making sure we are good at all ends. Good to see so many of you joining us. Hello. Guys, really great to see you. Janet Edwards, Volme Wilson, Wilton Blue, we see you. Carol Hudson, good to see you as well. Donna Liverpool, Angela Jordan, Michaela Webster, Laverne Harricharan, Kellen Passat, Donna Levan, Stacey Lewis, good to see each and every one of you folks. We're fired up at this end. We're ready to go. How about you guys? Gemma George, you come on, share the live stream. Don't wait tonight, folks. Don't wait. And as we wait for you guys, Daphne Joseph Lee, wait for some of you. You know, y'all getting slow, old and slow. Let's get the housekeeping matters out of the way. Equally important, come on board, partner with us. Several platforms available. We got the Cash App. We have the PayPal system. We have Zelle. Take your time. Pim. We have Zelle now, folks. We also have the MMG, the Guyanese Cash App, as we say, MMG. We also available via MoneyGram and Western Union. And we told you all this month, things tight. We got obligations to meet, guys, and we encourage you to come on board and partner with us. Again, we got a Cash App, we got PayPal, we got Zelle, we got MMG, MoneyGram, Western Union. We dead there. We are there. Guys, you need any more guidance, you need any more information as it concerns these platforms, WhatsApp us at our MMG number, 627-6963. But we need your support. We need your support, folks, to keep moving forward. Guys, I don't know about you, but I'm ready to head into the fight card. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? I know who else ready, folks, but we ready. Good to see so many of you. Sometimes you got to give it big. Pace and power. Pace and power. Pace, 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 and power. Moving along right out of the blocks. Folks, happening across the Caribbean region. As you know, is the only thing people across the region talk about. We home here talking about blackout, but everybody. Not everybody. Right? Talking about blackout. Around the region, big win for Mayor Motley there in Barbados. Huge win, folks. Walked away with everything last night. Everything. 30 seats gone. Nothing for the opposition in Barbados. What them boys doing so there, boy? What are those boys doing so in Barbados? Nothing. Zilch. Nada. Nothing for them. Can you imagine that, folks? Can you imagine that? Big congratulations to Mayor Motley and her team there in Barbados. A deserved win. You work hard, you get anything, so be it. We know not a lot of y'all coming on this Mayor train. Mayor hurt some people badly in that 2020 election and our involvement, our interventionism. A lot of people can't see past that. But for what it's worth, politically, we understand and we know good politics when we see it. Good politics when we see it. And so we can look across the aisle, look across the Caribbean, and we could say here to Mayor Motley and folks, respect and manners. Respect and manners. A big win there, folks. Big win. In 2018, Mayor Motley again took everything. And in similar fashion, last evening, walk away with everything, people. Everything. That's some everything. You guys say respect and manners. Right? Respect and manners. Respect and manners. Let me just turn this on a little bit. Respect and manners. Don't let me mix. Don't let me get tired. Right? Folks, don't let me get tired. That's how we say things. Don't let me get tired. Respect and manners to Mayor Motley and team. Big win. Those folks who reside in Barbados, in that part of the diaspora, that part of Region 11, you all keep our flags flying high there. Folks, keep we flags flying high. Don't let we hand fall. Don't let we hand fall. I'm begging y'all. Don't let we hand fall on the side. At all. Don't let we hand fall. Again, big congratulations there to Mayor Motley and team. Respect and manners. Respect and manners. I'm going to talk to Amanza Walton-Desir, who's coming up a little later on the program, about this win here in Barbados and what it means perhaps for even the rest of us, guys. Again, respect and manners. Don't we get tied up. Even daily, we can say respect and manners. We can say big win. Congratulations. Ingrid Crawford, Siborne Semple, Onika Fraser. It doesn't take anything out of us to recognize when something good has happened across the region. They work hard. Mia had a strategy. She worked the strategy and it came true for her. Folks, it came true. Respect and manners. Respect and manners. Good to see you, folks. Folks, I stopped in at a place this afternoon, a MoneyGram this afternoon. And, you know, one of the ladies there greeted me like that. She said, respect and manners. Respect. Folks, if you don't know where this greeting came from, I don't know if it's across the region, but the Rasta guys in Guyana, that's how they greet you. Respect and manners. Big man. Respect and manners. We love it. We love it as a unique way of greeting people. Indigenous, perhaps. Respect and manners to Mayor Motley and her team. They are moving on in the fight card, folks. Quickly, swiftly. Them boys come back. Them boys come back. The PPP come back. Folks, since August 2nd, 2020, is 2 tons of cocaine to Belgium, is 1,100 pounds of cocaine to the Netherlands, is corruption, is killing, is you name it. Bad economy, bad health sector, crime spiraling, you name it. Them boys come back. And today some international headlines jumped out at us when we saw what is happening. We flag and flying high every place. We flag not flying high every place because it was the Senegalese who alerted us. We hear this from Robeson Ben. We hear this from Nigel Happy, the acting commissioner of police. We hear this from the installed Minister of Home Affairs. No. The Senegalese informed us that law enforcement there, people, seized 5.2 million US in ammunition. The ship that all this ammunition was on is registered to Guyana. Right? And we already see some of the propagandists. They're out there trying to spin this, Paulo Gurik, German Osborne, they're already out there trying to spin it. But they can't spin it. How you can spin this? Huh? How you can spin it? Y'all can spin that 2 tons of cocaine. What is sad is that you never see the intellectual authors. It's always the small fish. It's always the cockabelly. Right? It's never the catfish. It's always the cockabelly them. Never the catfish. And so we don't expect anything different here. The cockabelly them gonna go down. Somebody can get fire. Who let it pass? Who they coming to? But the catfish them, no way. $5.2 million worth in ammunition. Who this ammunition to come into? Who shipping in this thing? Who in the PPP? If y'all know, y'all better start talking. Folks, if y'all know, y'all better start talking. Yeah? Somebody saying this is the smoke screen. Stephen Monroe says a smoke screen. Look out for the big set. Right? He's saying 5.2 is a smoke screen. Maybe the other ships pass. Maybe the other ships pass, folks. Pace and power. That's how them boys moving here. Right? That is how the boys moving here. It's the 20th day, folks, of the new year. And look, purgatory we. Look, confusion powder. 20 days into 2022. And every day is one story from the next. One purgatory to the next. One confusion powder to the next, folks. And some of you who are trying to spin this as propaganda, we want to share with you some of the news coming out from that very region on this very issue. Take a listen. Take a listen.
The customs authorities in Senegal have seized 3 containers of ammunition aboard the Guyana-flagged cargo ship. The authorities estimate that the 3 containers are worth an estimated $5.2 million US. The discovery was made in the port of Dakar, but the customs agency did not specify the date it happened. Local reports suggest that the crew is Ukrainian. The authorities, however, have not confirmed this. According to specialist website Vessel Finder, the cargo ship had stopped in northern Italy and Spain's Canary Islands before arriving in the port of Dakar. The ship's final destination is unknown. In June 2021, Senegal's navy seized 8 tons of cannabis from a vessel off the coast of the country.
Folks, you all see what's happening here? 5.2 million US worth in ammunition. Who they coming to? Who bringing in that kind of ammunition? And if you bring in that kind of ammunition, you got to got guns to match. Folks, we just under 15 minutes in. 4,000 of you, live viewers watching us. You all see what's happening in this place? And some folks are trying to push this like we spreading propaganda. That's how some people trying to spin this. Folks, y'all ought to share the live stream and let our international stakeholders see what's happening in this country. I hope Ambassador Sarah Lynch taking note. I hope that Ambassador Mark Berman, the Canadian High Commissioner, he's taking note. I hope the High Commissioner of Great Britain also is taking note. I hope they're taking note of what is transpiring here. Folks, you all sharing the live stream so that our stakeholders can see what's happening in this country of ours. Is a country we got here, people, or is a civilized plantation? Oh, y'all let us know. Let us know. 5.2 million US worth. I ain't hear Frank. I ain't hear Robeson Ben say anything yet. I haven't heard a statement out of the government. Folks, when I was walking into CID under arrest by the Ghana Police Force, there was a press statement released simultaneously. Hours later, all the news sources confirming this as not propaganda, but actually happened. We ain't hear nothing from them boys. We ain't hear nothing from them boys. Robeson gone quiet. Nigel Hoppy, the acting commissioner of police, he gone quiet. Who does this ammunition belong to? Who does this guns and ammunition belong to? Who it coming to? We want to know that, folks. If you all know, we want to know as well. We're coming back to this story a little later on in our broadcast. Don't go no place. Take the opportunity now to share the live stream, folks. We coming back. You see, we just dead. Drinking we water, minding we own business, you know. That's what we were doing. And then we saw on social media, our correspondents called us and said, look what is happening here. And we carried it on our website. Check out that website after the program. Credible Sources. The web address is crediblesourcesgy.com. Crediblesourcesgy.com. That's our affiliate website. And so we carried it doing our own investigation. 5.2. Who does this belong to? Who out there knows who this coming to? Yvonne Daly, do you know who this coming to? Jamal Jordan, what about you? Do you know who this guns and ammunition coming to? Sporily, Commissioner Nicole Cole. What about you, Penelope Hudson, Heaven Faith? That's what we need right now. We just here drinking we water, minding we own business, you know. And then we see this stuff breaking. And we want to know what's happening. Cycling oil, y'all know? We coming back to this story just now. Senegal, somebody knows. Them boys come back. Them boys come back. Well, see what I know. Well, see what I hear. For your information, them boys come back. For your information. FYI. FYI, folks. Them boys have come back. Look what else is happening. For your information, folks. Catfish gone Suriname. He gone Suriname. He gonna sign over everything. Well then, Tifa, now they're signing over. They're gonna sign over everything now. So them boys gone Suriname. They gone and sign some tripartite deal. Them boys gone Suriname. And let's tell you some of what is expected to come out from this Suriname trip. It's a working lunch we heard they had. Chandri Prasad, Santoki, Jair Bonasaro, and Irfan Ali, they met. They're talking about oil and gas in the region, in this hemisphere. And we're told that they are expected to have a working lunch. And some of the topics they're going to be discussing includes establishing an energy corridor of oil and gas and other natural resource opportunities. Yep. Working lunch. Right? Y'all remember Jair Bonasaro? The man don't believe in COVID. A whole set of people in Brazil, millions of people got COVID because of this fella here. Well, he and Irfan could shake hand on the front because we've lost our way with COVID. We have lost the war on COVID. And poor Santoki in the middle, things tight with Santoki. Y'all watching them here? So these guys were discussing in this working visit in Paramaribo. They're discussing an energy corridor, oil and gas, and other natural resources opportunities. I don't know who in this tree here to trust. Honestly, God, it's a toss-up. Honestly, it's a toss-up for me. I might bet a little bit with Santoki. I don't know where else to go here. It's just the real toss-up here. Real toss-up as to what's happening. But guys, we'll be watching this. I'll be going to be bringing you more information on that. Yep. Energy Summit. Working lunch. Chandrika Prasad, Santoki, Irfan Ali, and Jair Bonasaro meeting there in Paramaribo. Hope it goes well. Honestly, for the sake of all of us here and the generations to come with this natural resource fund, we hope it goes well. Really and truly hope it goes well, folks. Really hope that goes well. Spotted. And it has to do with that very meeting there. Spotted, folks. As we said to you, we there. Drinking we water here and just minding we own business. And we spot the Surinamese Prime Minister. The man stood out. The Vice President there in Suriname. He stood out. And you can understand why. It wasn't hard not to spot him. We spot him. Right? The man outdo air fun. the man outshone air fun. Spot it. Now this is the Prime Minister. Let me make sure we have our notation right. Or the Vice President of Suriname. Let me make sure I get it right. And he was among the persons who greeted Irfan Ali as he made his entry officially into the country. Y'all think it's easy? It ain't easy. The man outdid them. The man make Irfan's suit look like nothing. Made Irfan's suit look like nothing. You understand me? Vice President of Suriname, they met at Irfan arrived rather at the, let me get the name of the airport right. Johann Adolph Pengel International Airport. That's where he arrived, and he was met by the Vice President of Suriname, His Excellency Ronnie Brunswick. I hope that's how his surname is pronounced. Ronnie Brunswick there, and other official of Suriname. The man stood out, did make your front suit look like nothing. Listen to me. If you get some wires and you plug into Ronnie's suit here, you need GPL. You don't need Garden of Eden. You get some wire and you plug in Ronnie's suit here, and we gone clear. Right? Island Energy Corridor. No. You just let Ronnie hook you up with detailer. We need an Island Energy Corridor. Plug into Ronnie's suit. Ronnie's suit shocking. Ronnie said that when Irfan come in, I can show you. I can show you. Irfan suit. Look, folks. Look, people don't like when we talk about clothes and so I know. You got to step out when you're stepping out. You got to step out when you're stepping out. Look, Irfan look confused here. Folks, y'all be honest. Look at this photograph. Irfan look confused. Irfan look like I should wear my shades. That's how y'all remember Guyanese at home and abroad. No, not for y'all in the States long. Even though y'all accent deep. Y'all not foreign long. Y'all remember when Courts just came to this country? Courts Guyana Inc. When Courts just came, Courts had a shocking yellow. When you go down by Main Street, yellow put on the glasses. That's how this man's suit stay. This man's suit so loud. You understand me? People couldn't even hear the aircraft landing. People couldn't even hear what Irfan saying. That's how the man's suit loud. The man's suit loud. Folks, share the live stream, I beg of you. We know, listen to you, we know some of you have very hard days at work and you all come to our program looking for a little relief. And we're so happy. We're so happy. But it ain't coming free. We tell you all things tight this month. Folks, it's our privilege, bringing you images like this. Lower your blood pressure. Lower your blood pressure. We don't need Garden of Eden. We don't need Warsaw. You get to wine, you touch up. And you, in there, you plug into this man's suit, problem solved. Problem solved. You plug into Ronnie's suit. Moving on, folks. Moving on in the fight card. Moving on in the fight card, ladies and gentlemen. For your information, we hope you all gather that much. For information, Irfan in Parmarbo. And Irfan thought he was going to outdo Ronnie. Ronnie said, no. No, I can show you what the Surinamese can do. And Ronnie represent. There's no comeback from there, The only how Irfan getting noticed now, Ronnie stole the show. Irfan need a Mia Motley speech. You remember that speech Mia Motley gave at the UN recently? Irfan need an ace. like that in his hand to play. Right? Not the earphone speech from the UN with the reparative. Not the speech. He need a mere mortally, an ace. That's the only how he could come back from this embarrassment. Hey, Ronnie, show you up. Ronnie, show you up. For your information and guidance. Well, the mayor is saying, there is $30 million that the PPP saying, the installed People's Progressive Party regime, saying that the gift City Hall is not so. The mayor is saying they give $30 million towards the administrative building. But they never give the mayor and city council any money for the year, any subvention for the year. And so the mayor came up with a very strong statement today to dispel those untruths. Even the mayor suit looking little thing here, the mayor stepping out these days, you know. Y'all don't come around the mayor funny. The mayor stepping out these days. The mayor look well put together here. The mayor is saying, not to distract from the main issue, that he was not given any $30 million subvention from the People's Progressive Party civic install regime, but instead, folks, they were given monies towards the new administrative building. Right? Folks, the PPP, Lakav City Hall development, 23 plus years. 23 plus years. So the building, of course, was falling down after they weren't getting any meaningful kind of funding. Any meaningful kind of funding. And now they are now trying to make good on what they should have been doing years ago. They give $30 million to the new administrative building, but not to the subvention. And folks, this is not even a toss-up. If I got to believe between the mayor and Catfish them, who you all think side we falling on? Irfan and Jagdio? Papa Jaguar? No. I there with the mayor. I there with the mayor. Folks, over 5,600 people watching us at the back end here. When did that happen? You know, folks, let me give you all a secret. My mother told me as a child, almost wounded me for life, so I can tell you all where we're going. My mother told me as a child, she said, if I was a young woman, I'd find you very dull. But eat your heart out tonight, mommy. Over 5,600 people watching us internationally. Mommy, hope I make you proud tonight. That being said, the mayor said $30 million was given to the subvention, to the administrative building, and not to the subvention. I believe the mayor. Moving on in the fight card. For your information, how it going? Folks, we often see how a lot of things start, but we don't often see how it going. Folks, we sharing the live stream. We want to see those emojis as well. Y'all get caught up in the program and y'all freeze. But we got to remain active. Share the live stream and smash that emoji button for us. It'll take us a very, very long way. We see a lot of things start, folks, but we don't see how it's going. We don't always get a chance to see how it's going. That is why we have this subtopic here. How it going? How some things going? Oh, they promise us. Them boys promise us. They open them back. The sugar industries, they closed a lot in their 23 years tenure, the last dispensation of the corrupt regime. APNU AFC had 5 years, tried to right-size the sugar industry, closed a couple of them, consolidated the efforts there in the sugar industry. Them boys say they're coming back and open up all the sugar estates. Folks, watching us internationally, it's about 20 months since August 2nd, 2020, them boys came back in. Them boys, since they come back in, not a sugar estate has been reopened. And to show you where we're going, to show you guys where we're going, look what's happening on that front. To tell you if the sugar estate is going to ever reopen. The Demerara Sugar Terminal is soon to be used for rice export. Y'all think sugar industry opening? Somebody better share the live stream. Y'all think sugar industry opening? Huh? Y'all think sugar industry opening, people? The Demerara Sugar Terminal, I ain't giving y'all all the details. It's soon to be used for rice exports. Folks, y'all believe, take sense out of nonsense. Right? We big, but we ain't stupid. Y'all think sugar estates opening? Come on, folks. Come on, think with us. Think with us. We beg people, we beg, but we ain't stupid. We beg, but we ain't stupid. Make sense out of nonsense. Make sense out of nonsense. I beg of you, make sense out of nonsense. We beg bad, but we ain't stupid. We are not silly. Not so? Who agree with us? Chanel Smith Daniels, you agree with us? Kwana Mingo, you agree with us? Ricky, Diane Fordyce, Ainsley, Ben Morgan, Hazel Austin, Marlon Tony. Folks, they got 2 shows happening here, you know. They got 1 show right talking to you guys. And in the comments, that's the 2nd show. It's the only show in the world. They got 2 shows happening simultaneously. I talking to you guys. The team and I spent all day curating this information, and some folks don't even listen to me. They come in the comments and abuse. The only show in the world like this. But whichever show you viewing, the comment show or the show. Guys, share the live stream, and we want to see those emojis as well. Promise delivered tonight for the PPP. Demerara Sugar Terminal soon to be used for rice, not sugar. That is to tell where the sugar industry is going, because they knew they were lying to the Guyanese sugar workers. Well, APNU AFC tried to do the responsible and honorable thing. Not them boys. Not them boys. It's lies after lies to get the vote of the sugar industry workers. And now that they have it and they're in, what's it come to do? Whether the opening of the sugar estates. I pause for a response. You all did literature in school? Fantastic book, Julius Caesar. Brutus speaking to them, or rather Caesar. He said, I hear a voice, shriller than all the music. Christ Caesar, speak. Caesar is turned to hear. Come on, PPP, speak. I'm turned to hear. When in the opening of the sugar estate? We beg, but we ain't stupid. Y'all see me out here? Y'all think we never went to school, you know? Y'all think somebody just give me jacket and tie and say, come and sit on this program and walk. We beg, but we ain't stupid. We out here drinking we water and minding we own business. This is what happened with the sugar estate? Nothing. Now they're exporting rice from the sugar terminals. And in particular, the Demerara Sugar Terminal. Moving on, folks. Fires of the PPP. We see how things start, but we see how it going. Big fire the other day at the Park and Bond there on High Street. Is it High Street? Lombard Street. Big fire there. Everything destroyed from the Park and Bond. We learned today that they are saying, the fire chief acting is saying, that the fire was maliciously set. Arson. That's what they're hinting at here. Arson. Millions of dollars in damages there. Arson. That's what the fire chief is alleging took place there. Millions of dollars. Goods damaged there. Vehicles damaged. Millions of dollars being lost there. And fire chief told us that maliciously set was that fire. Arson. That's how it's going. Fires of the PPP. Folks, every week there's a fire. Strangely enough, since these folks came back, it's a fire nation. 2 sets of people in this country. Fire nation and fight nation. Fire nation and fight nation. 2 sets. I'm happy to be on this side. Fight. Let's fight. Good to see each and every one of you guys. Don't waste time tonight. Oh, share the live stream. Smash that emoji button. Beverly Grant Ross, Rusham Chemo Waldron, Jackie Baird, Fire Nation, the fires of the PPP. Again, the fire chief acting telling us. He says maliciously set. Well, the PPP malicious. I know you can look at it. The PPP malicious. Moving on in the fight card. Signs in the times. Folks, signs in the times. The Demerara Sugar Terminal, Fire Nation. Signs in the times. Signs in the times, folks. Another mother, pregnant woman turned away from a private hospital. I want is which hospital? That's why I want to know which hospital has been turning away a pregnant mother. Second woman we saw in the press in the last week that they're telling us has been turned away from a private hospital. Who managing these private hospitals? I want them to tell us who the private hospital belonged to. Which private hospital it is. They're telling us that, I think the media is doing us a disservice. Honestly, I can't put it any other way. I think the media is doing us a disservice. Respect and manners to the people at Guyana Daily News. We're picking up this story out of their publication. 38-year-old mother gave birth last week after being denied entry into a private hospital in what is claimed to be yet another troubling case of a mother being denied entry and being directed to the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation. The second occurrence, according to the GPHC press statement, happened on the same day as the first. Wow! On January 13, 2022, a young mother gave birth to her daughter in a taxi. Imagine that, a taxi in the GPHC compound in the first instance. Marilyn Mohammed of Virden Hoop, West Coast Demerara, was 8 months pregnant at the time and went to the private hospital with her husband for their scheduled clinic checkup on the same date. During the visit, we're being told she underwent an ultrasound and was later checked by a male doctor. Much to her dismay, she also had a COVID test, which came back positive. According to the release, Mohammed began to bleed and got anxious after hearing the news. As a result, she requested admission, but was advised that the hospital would be unable to take her, and she was referred. She was put out and said, go to the GPHC. Father, Marilyn, on behalf of this country, Marilyn Mohammed, on behalf of this country, I apologize to you and your husband. We better than this. We better than this. What happened in this country? Folks, if y'all know, y'all tell me now. What happening in this country of ours? Ashley, Nikki, Paulette Hicks, Volma Grant, Diane Gravesandi, Clive Jackson. What happened in this country? What happening in this country? You know, I'm calling names here, and I remember one of our very special fans celebrated a birthday just yesterday, Elizabeth Norine of Spartanburg, South Carolina, Sparkle City. Happy birthday to you. A very dedicated mother and wife, an aunt and sister, beautiful human being. Happy birthday to you. What's happening in this country? We need more kind-hearted people like Elizabeth. Definitely. What happened in this country that we've lost our humanity, a health institution? What happened to the Hippocratic oath that we took? Folks, signs of the times. Signs of the times. Moving on in the fight card. A man was found dead in his car recently. Dead in his car recently. Folks, signs of the times. Signs of the time. This is a very sad one. Husband left for work, never to return. Signs of the times. Ladies and gentlemen, signs of the times. Hear what's happening here as we hasten on to have our very special guest on as soon as we can. The man was last evening found dead in his car in Tuckville, Georgetown. He's been identified as 65-year-old Reginald Bastiani. He was employed with the Edward B. Bihari and Company Limited. Edward B. Bihari and Company Limited. Again, his name is Reginald Bastiani. The man left his Sophia Greater Georgetown home to head to work. But about 20 hours, his family received a call informing them of the incident. Folks, it is suspected that Mr. Bastiani, Reginald Bastiani, died from a stroke, but we are advised that investigations are ongoing. Our thoughts and prayers go out to Mr. Bastiani's family, his relatives, his loved ones, and the community that loved him, and the staff at his workplace, his colleagues there as well. Signs of the times, folks. It's not getting easier, Signs of the times. Moving on, folks. Moving on in the fight card. Quickly, swiftly to get our guest on. Photo of the day. Picture of the day. Folks, y'all think it's easy in this country? Martin Carter. I love Martin Carter. That's why I quote him so often. Folks, I used to read Martin Carter, my Bible, side by side. Right? When I have a problem, I hear a scripture and I see a verse, a Carter poem. Strangely. Carter said Guyana is not a country. It's a civilized plantation. That stuck with me. Reading Carter at 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Guyana is not a country. It's a civilized plantation. You know, I disagree with him sometimes. And then some other times I said, Carter, bye, take it. It's not a country. It's a civilized plantation. Folks, we're just about to eclipse on the back end 6,000 viewers watching us. Guyana is not a country, it's a civilized plantation. Here it is. Picture of the day. Y'all think it's easy in this country where we live in? Huh? Amans, you think it's easy? Huh? A man just get up this morning and he feel like parking in the avenue. Right? He either know the commissioner of police or he know Irfan or he know Jack or one of them. Folks, if I park my vehicle in the avenue, me sleeping home tonight, I there by Brickdam or East Le Penitence, or I probably done there by Mazaruni. This man wake up and he just feel, you know what? My picture, my van gonna look good parked in the avenue there in Camp Street. If you notice, both sides of the road clear, both sides of the road clear. And the fella just wake up, he say, you know what? Avenue it is. Avenue it is. Folks, that is why we say, that's why today I say Carter take it. Martin Carter, national poet, take it today. I ain't arguing with you, take it. It's your own. It's not a country. It's a civilized plantation. I wish I had more time to quote some of Carter's other works. But tonight is not a night apparently. Carter, take it tonight. Just take it and go. It is not a country. Photo the day. The man just park in the avenue. Right? The only person I know bigger than this man could park in the avenue like is Amanza. She got his stature. But she won't do it. She's a law-abiding citizen. She got his stature. Manza would pull up she Prado and just park. And y'all know women would just park in the avenue. Who vex? Pace and power. In 2022. Moving on in fight card. Oh, Father. Folks, COVID take we over. It take we over. We lost the battle. We lose the war. And we just now counting the dead and the wounded. It's not even a Pyrrhic victory. COVID locally give we the kind of beat down that Mia give the opposition. It's 30-0. We ain't got a chance now. It's 30-0. COVID 30, we 0. 30-0. That's how COVID operating. Just today, we saw PAHO telling us that we should be expanding testing. They said, even if you have a shortage of PCR tests, go to the rapid antigen. Because you have to know who is positive and who is negative. Go to the rapid antigen. Not these boys here. So, Dr. Carissa Etienne, the director of PAHO, said we should be expanding testing. Them boys shut off testing. They say only who hospitalized. They're not even given certificate of clearance because they said the system is no longer accurate. These boys can't manage COVID. And they won't manage a whole country. Y'all think it's easy here? It is not easy. Hastening on. Here are the numbers. 815 dead. 3 new deaths. Total deaths is now 1,111. Active cases, 11,000 and climbing. Folks, without further ado, let me welcome my guest this evening, the one and only Amanza Walton-Desir. Amanza, the guns moving, the ammunition moving it. Manza, who moving it, girl? Must be the person who parked the van in the avenue because they got a lot of authority. Talk to us, Amanza. Good evening, Amanza.
And thank you for having me.
Amanza, I noticed tonight because people knew you were coming, over 6,000 persons watching us right now. Thank you, Amanza. Thank you for showing up. Come often. Go right ahead.
Anytime. We have to keep people informed and up to date on these developments. Worrying, very, very worrying is the term that comes to mind when we speak about this discovery. And of course, we only knew about it because thankfully we're in the information age. As someone that has expertise in maritime law, I guarantee you that the Guyanese authorities had word about this for some time.
Wow. Wow.
Because of course it is a ship that bears our flag, and of course in keeping with the rules of international law, a vessel that bears your flag is considered your territory for one, for simplification purposes. So I'm sure that they knew, and I believe that it has only come to the fore because we have done our research. I know Mr. Burke was probably the one that we first the first broke word of this find, and it's troubling. It's very very troubling. What I have been able to unearth through my own research is, there are a number of websites that provide tracking and vessel location information, and my understanding is that this vessel was due to arrive in Guyana on January 28th. Now, for those, I know you have a world map behind you, and if you were to draw a direct line from Guyana to Africa, it would actually intersect Senegal
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
western side of Africa. And so this is a worrying development, Sherrod. It has really, I think, stoked a lot of fear, or Guyanese are now beginning to feel fearful, because the question is, well, this is what was intercepted. What made it to Guyana?
Exactly. And Amanza, for those persons who are now joining us, just to give a little context to what we're talking about, there was this huge shipment of ammunition and so forth that was intercepted in Senegal. And we picked up a report out of a news agency in that region. Take a listen, and when we come back, Amanza, expand on it for us, please.
Sure.
The customs authorities in Senegal have seized 3 containers of ammunition aboard the Guyana-flagged cargo ship. The authorities estimate that the 3 containers are worth an estimated 5.2 million US dollars. The discovery was made in the port of Dakar, but the customs agency did not specify the date it happened. Local reports suggest that the crew is Ukrainian. The authorities, however, have not confirmed this. According to specialist website Vessel Finder, the cargo ship had stopped in northern Italy and Spain's Canary Islands before arriving in the port of Dakar. The ship's final destination is unknown. In June 2021, Senegal's navy seized 8 tons of cannabis from a vessel off the coast of the country.
Three containers, Amanza, 3 containers of ammunition.
Yes, and Sharon, this particular vessel has an interesting history in terms of where it was recently acquired from in the Middle East and so on. And so it really does raise a lot of questions. What I know is that I am sure this is a matter that would be of serious concern to the ABC EU countries, particularly the US. They have interests here. Exxon and its operations are, for all intents and purposes, now focused on Guyana. And so I believe that it is in their interest to ensure that Guyana does not descend into a state of chaos. And so I'm sure they will be following this up very closely. We, as the parliamentary opposition, we will be taking the necessary steps to ensure that this is investigated thoroughly. I know there are a number of international organizations that have a particular interest against the proliferation of arms and ammunition. They have also taken a serious interest in this. There is one Italian organization in particular, because, as we are aware, the vessel transited Italy at some point during this voyage, or might have originated. I would not want to say conclusively, but it did at some time on the course of this voyage transit through the ports of Italy. And so the Italian authorities have taken an interest in this. And so once again, what we're seeing is that within the space of 16 months, Guyana has returned to a state of international infamy.
And that's what I
That's
was coming to, because
yes.
Amanza, in a interview, Jack Joe was at pains to point out that there's a perception that the PPP is a corrupt government and that cocaine and guns and so on flows freely. But he said that was propaganda. It was just a perception and one they were working to dispel. But incidentally, soon as they came in, is 2 tons of cocaine shipped to Belgium, 1,100 pounds of cocaine to the Netherlands, and you had other busts with cocaine and, the gunning down of citizens, corruption. The most infamous one is their own PS, Sharon Hicks. You have others that are implicated in the Ministry of Home Affairs and all the ministries, really and truly, housing, infrastructure, public works, you name it. So it is beyond now just perception. It's who they are, it's who they be.
It is certainly the reality of who they are. The question in my mind is, what are we, the Guyanese people, going to do about it? Um, the PPP has established who they are, Sharon, very very clearly. We have not had um, any significant international event to be proud of. Everything that has happened internationally has been to put us in infamy. The largest drug bust in the history of the world
Yeah. Yep.
came from
And
these
Amanda, I dare add to that. The police force told us that the drug bust just this year, 2020, to put things in context, has been the largest over a 10-year period. The police force
over
told us that.
over a 10-year period. And so there's this thing about damn facts and statistics. So this is not a perception. That is the VP attempting to push propaganda. This is not a perception. This is the reality of who the PPP, who the, and I don't want to say the PPP, but the PPP elite, and I'm very specific when I say that. The PPP elite, this is who they are. This is what they intend to bring this country to. And unless we as Guyanese, from whatever side of the political divide we find ourselves, stand up and say we want more for our country, we want better for our country, this is what we're going to end up having. It is ridiculous, Sherrod. It is frightening. It is frightening. You know that we live in a country where there is fear of ethnic strife and there is fear of ethnic insurrection, and there's serious ethnic insecurity. So when you have an event like this happening on the world stage, and you understand that this vessel was scheduled to be in Guyana on the 28th of January, this month, because of the information that is available, you understand that Guyanese are now palpably tense
Yeah.
and
Yep.
worried. These are
Yep.
very troubling developments. I understand the fear. I understand the concern. And we as Guyanese have to be concerned about this development because you
Yep.
notice that it's ammunition. So there are clearly guns to accompany this ammunition.
And
The
that's
guns
what
are
we've been
already in
saying.
store. The guns are already here. What is it that you will be preparing for? That you would need 3 containers of ammunition, clearly arranged based on the evidence that we've seen produced by the Senegalese authorities. We are heading down a dangerous road.
And
And
Amanda, just let me add to that. Just let me add to that.
mhm,
There's a whole stretch of real estate from the GWI there that constitutes Merriman's Mall, bordered by Church Street on one side and North Road on the other side, that can use some development, some further development. Them boys miss all of that. It's close to the office of the president, and they've gone out till Lamaha. And Air Fernandez told this nation this week he wants to develop a safe space. What safe space you could develop from 3 containers of ammunition bound for your country, a small country like ours? This whole country needs to be a safe space and not just a little plot of land on Lamaha Street.
that is a very important point that you make. This entire country needs to be a safe space for Guyanese. Increasingly, Guyanese are feeling unsafe in their homes, in their country, you know, and I dare say that that piece of land will not be developed because there are other interests that may want to acquire it for parking, etc., later on. But we will, you know, we can anticipate that that is what will happen. But coming back to the issue of safe space, Sherrod, look, what it demonstrates is the contempt that the PPPC has for Guyanese. The PPPC, they are contemptuous of Guyanese. They believe that we do not have the ability to see and to analyze and to understand what they are about. Because I guarantee you, they have already established themselves for who they are. They're almost mafia like in their operation.
Yeah. Yep.
And
Yep. Yep.
they continue to do it. And what you will see is as we get closer to an election, what they will begin to do, Sherrod, is dole out money in the hopes that Guyanese people forget. But I'm saying to
Buying
us,
votes.
I am saying to us tonight, do not drink the Kool-Aid. See the PPPC for who they are. They're not interested in the development of Guyana and Guyanese. They're interested in enriching themselves and a few of their friends and cronies, whilst the vast majority of Guyanese, including their own supporters, suffer. And
As a
they're
matter of fact,
I'm telling you that they will
Amanza,
come.
as you've mentioned election, you've been saying consistently the people got to demand more. And just this minute in our podcast below the belt, you were telling the public that we as citizens of the Caribbean, of Guyana, of the world, we have to demand more of our leaders. And talking about election, what do you make of that historic victory of Mayor Motley in Barbados?
Well, like I said earlier today, she gambled and she won. It was serious political strategy at play, and it worked out in her favor. I believe that her acclaim that she has ascended to internationally in terms of being a champion of the earth and fighting and coming out as a real fighter. As it relates to climate change and defending the interests of small developing states has really placed her as a figure to be contended with on the international arena. That translated into the local politics, I believe, and so you have the result that you had. I have to note an assessment of it would not be complete if we don't note that there was only about a 40 to 50% voter turnout, and so voter apathy. And it is instructive for Guyanese in terms of a lesson that every vote does count, and you do not come out to vote. It is just as well as you've put a vote for the other side, right? And so those are one of the important lessons that I want to draw from that. So kudos to her and her victory in Barbados, Prime Minister Motley. But we got big issues here in Guyana, by.
Yep. Yep.
We want to figure out who letting the guns pass, who is doing,
Somebody,
because
somebody.
this, listen, you see, these are the types of developments that sort of indicate where you're heading. And you'll recall, for example, in neighboring Trinidad, the crime rate was out of control. Even while they were having this um, discovery of oil and all of this economic boom, people did not feel safe to walk the streets after a certain time. You know, the crime wave was out of control. Crime was out of control there. And we are heading down the same road. Because what people don't understand is that, yes, you herald the development of oil and the development that it brings, but we also tend to ignore the more unsavory elements that this type of development attracts, which is why it is in the interest of all Guyanese to have a professional police force. Because a professional police force redounds to your benefit and to your protection as a Guyanese citizen. And it brings me back, Sharon, to the point that I keep making, that we're seeing the PPP continuing to whittle away at institutions. They continue to erode democratic institutions. And their supporters do not seem to understand that it is in their interests, because these institutions are there to protect them. The thing about despotism is that after it has consumed everybody else that it views as an opponent, because of its nature, it turns on its own. And the only protection that you have against that is strong. The only protection is to have strong democratic
Yeah,
institutions.
precisely. Precisely.
And so we have to begin to continue to speak. We've been going out into the communities and we have been speaking to our people. And I said, our people, I'm not talking about PNC, AFC supporters. We've been speaking to Guyanese because this is a Guyanese matter, Sharon. And I keep making the point that there are hundreds of thousands of Guyanese who, when this thing goes south, have no place to go. The people who are benefiting from this, got houses in Miami, have property in all parts of the Caribbean, and they will simply go there with their family. And it is the poor and the working class that will be left to deal with the fallout. So, as Guyanese, I think we have to wake up and pay attention to these issues.
And of course, demand more of our leaders.
This
Yep.
is my 2022
Yep.
saying we
Yep.
deserve more and we must demand more. Power concedes absolutely nothing without a demand. And the people of Guyana, whether you're PPP and CAF, CWPA, you deserve more. More is possible. More is possible. Better is possible. And so I really want to see us beginning to demand good governance from our leaders. I really want to see us begin to demand that our institutions be strengthened because that is for our protection, and that we raise our voice and said, no, like not here. We would prefer not to have that in this dear land of Guyana.
Fantastic, fantastic. Amanza, thanks for being part of the program this evening. You know, when you show up, our numbers go up, so we got to have you often. Thanks so much for bringing
No, Sharon,
clarity
it's
to these
always
many
a
issues.
pleasure. Thank you for having me, my brother. Stay
Have
safe
a
and
fantastic evening.
blessings to
Thanks,
you and your
Amanza.
family. All right, bye.
Awesome. Folks, there it is. One and only Amanza Walton-Desir, the shadow Minister of Foreign Affairs down here in Guyana. Wherever you're picking us up from around the world, share the live stream. We see over 5,000 of you still watching us on Facebook. Over 5,600 persons still watching us across social media, because interestingly at the back end we can see the folks joining us on YouTube and Twitter and all the other places. Over 5,500 persons still watching us on a Thursday night, folks. Share the live stream. We got to go past just being viewers and spectators, but being boots on the ground when those time come, folks. And we encourage you to steel yourselves and to get ready, folks. You know, we've been saying here that this month is a tight month for us. Got to meet our obligations, got to meet our commitments, and we do so with integrity and with character, folks. And that's why we've been asking you guys to come on board and to partner with us. So good to see so many of you guys on with us this evening. Rhonda Ferguson, Iseen Kosha, Carol Hudson, Donna Leach, Hulda Thomas, Wayne Bob, all you fantastic folks. Happy belated birthday, Elizabeth Norine. Again, Mark Doris, Jackie Baird, Peter Sells. Good to see you. Hazelyn King. All you fantastic folks. That's our program this evening. Share the live stream before you go. Smash that emoji button. Trevor Austin. Have you done that? Glensis Mingo Burn. Good to see you. Glycis, rather. Mingo Burn. Glycis Mingo Burn. Good to see you, Glycis. Thanks for the thing, Glycis. Y'all don't get in the story, the man. Oh, shucks. Why y'all stay like that? Esme Leander. Thanks for the thing. Esleen Sinclair, Marlon Francois. Good to see you, folks. We just there, drinking we water and minding we own business. There we all, little Carno. Drinking we water and minding we own business, We don't like controversy, Listen, I was a church boy, I said church, but just in my own little corner, drinking my water, minding my own business.
I go drink water and mind my business. Mind my business. Drink water and mind my business. I go drink water and mind my business.
Folks, we little extra descent, you know. Y'all realize that? We little extra descent. We just drinking we water and minding my own business. I like that.
I go drink water and mind my business. Mind my business. Drink water and mind my business. I go drink water and mind my business.
Pace and power in 2022. Pace and power. Guys, share the live stream for us. Smash that emoji button. Good to see so many of you. We just there in we own little corner, drinking we water, minding we own business. Johnson, Michelle, Melissa rather, Barnwell, Toppin, Sandra Davis, Samoa Wilson, you too. Is it? My God, it's gone by so fast. VMAC Harris, Ann Singh, Chisung Henry, Myrtle Hines, is it Roxanne Andrews, Tessa Samuels? Good to see all you fantastic, beautiful people come on board and partner with us, guys. We told you that we have the Cash App feature available. We have the PayPal platform available. We also have the Zelle platform available now. We also have the MMG platform available, and we're available via MoneyGram and Western Union. Good to see each and every one of you guys come on board, partner with us. Those of you who've partnered with us in the past, you've seen how because of what you've done, we have grown from strength to strength, folks. Come back and partner with us again. We need your help to get out of January debt-free. We want all about it's a new year. We know people. We want people who we. Some of y'all also share right now. Share that live stream. We want to see those emojis, guys. You know, y'all mean so much to us. And we know that y'all could be so many other places during the course of the evening, but y'all choose to spend this time with us. And that means a lot to us. It touches us so deeply. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. May we always rise. May we always rise to that kind of trust you have in us and that confidence you've placed in us. May we always rise to it. Thanks for joining us, folks, as you go off to work, off to home, in your bed, wherever you are, guys. Stay safe. Remember, COVID-19 is real. Folks, I took my booster just last weekend, and if I had some advice to give you guys, get vaccinated. Get fully vaccinated. And if they offer you the booster, take the booster. This thing is real. Mashing up Guyana. The COVID win. 30 love. 30 love. We ain't gonna catching up. COVID win. It's just God and we now. God and us. Guys, stay safe. Remember, as you go out, social distance, wear your mask, sanitize, practice all the COVID-19 protocols that are in place for your health and your safety, that of your friends, family, and loved ones. Drink your water and mind your own business. Stay safe, guys. Share the live stream. Smash that emoji button as well. Take care. Stay safe.